So I do not watch a lot of anime. In fact, I'm pretty sure the last anime I watched was like Avatar: The Last Airbender when I was like 9 or whatever, and that's not even an actual anime. But there's this one show that's been making just a little bit of news lately. Oh, I don't know, you might have heard of it. It's called One Piece.
With a series that's still as loved by its fans now as it was at the heights of its popularity.
And it's remained consistently good for 26 years.
One Piece is by far the leader of the pack. It surpassed all other manga, old and new.
Top 5 reasons why you need to start watching One Piece in 2024.
In fact, I'd argue that right now is the best time to not only be a One Piece fan, but also to become a One Piece fan.
Yeah, people will not shut up about this thing. And from what I've heard, people are saying that this, goofy pirate show, and manga too, is like the best piece of fiction ever written. Bro, what? You're telling me that this show about like a goofy... So, yeah, it's pretty good. One Piece is a show about a stretchy dude, a swordsman, a guy with a long nose who lies a lot. Wait a minute. An emo chef, and this annoying navigator lady who somehow turns out to be one of the most complex and heartbreaking characters I have seen in a long time. It really does suck that a lot of people don't start One Piece because it has like a bajillion episodes, but that's kind of like saying that you won't watch The Simpsons or whatever because it's been on for like forever. Those early seasons are still fantastic regardless of how long the show is, and for what I've heard, One Piece never, fell off like The Simpsons did. Just so you know, I am aware that these two shows are, like, completely different. And it's not like it takes till episode, like, 5,382 to get good, either. In my opinion, it really starts to get good around episode 20 or so with the Baratie arc, and really starts to get great around episode 30 with the Arlong Park storyline, which is about as far as I've watched so far. Edit, not anymore, I'm at, like, Drum Island now. And remember, this is not a kid show. It may start off fairly, kid-friendly and pretty lighthearted and honestly really cheesy, but this is the same show where someone's parent is killed right in front of them, one of the main characters stabs themselves in a scene, they're fine though, by the way, it's more like symbolism, and our heroes are beaten to a bloody pulp multiple times, but it's also very lighthearted when it needs to be. Like, this is actually one of the funniest shows I've seen in quite a while.
Yes! You moron!
You had to say it.
Why did I just say a bird and a sea otter? Where did they fly off to?
So this is my review of up to about episode 40 or so. I'll try to keep it pretty spoiler-free too. Hey guys, sorry. So it turns out that this video, I'm actually only going to be covering up to the end of the Baratie arc because this video took like literally forever to make. So yeah, sorry. I will cover Arlong Park and all those other arcs in a later video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, sorry y'all.
I'm feeling romantical.
So, Romance Dawn is the first sort of, like, storyline in the show, which are called arcs, basically. For example, our heroes will go to one place, fight one villain, have one tragic backstory for a few episodes, then go to another place, fight another villain, and have an even more tragic backstory. I swear to God, there are a lot of tragic backstories in this show. Romance Dawn is the first 4 episodes of the anime. Some I think of the first live-action episode, and the first volume of the manga, I think. I'm not quite sure about the manga. So, I thought it was alright. It's a pretty fine introduction to the characters of Luffy and Zoro, and it acts as a good sort of like pilot to the show, I guess you could think of it. I'm gonna be honest, I was not hooked with the first episode, like, at all. Be warned, the first episode of One Piece honestly kind of sucks. I did not like it at all. I thought Luffy was really annoying, and this Marine kid, Kobe, I really could not get invested in this kid. I thought he was super annoying. However, after making it through the next few episodes, it definitely got a lot better. It was actually pretty funny, too, as well, and it legit kind of hooked me on this world. Without going into too many spoilers, I will say I really do love Luffy's backstory, and even though that Luffy's voice in the dub is a little annoying at first, to say the least. I actually really ended up liking him as a character. He's basically like the perfect protagonist for a like weird world like One Piece. I also love Shanks. I really hope that we see more of him.
What is it, Ted? What color is an orange? Ted, you bonehead. Its color is the same as its name, just like a lemon.
Orange Town is the next few episodes of One Piece, and it's fine. I don't know, I liked it. This is our introduction to my man Buggy the Clown, and more importantly, Nami. Her introduction here isn't much in the moment, but when you look... Bro, what even is this weird-ass script I've written? When you look back at some of these scenes after some of her moments in Arlong Park, it really makes a lot more sense. Without spoiling anything, I will just say that her love of money and tangerines, and especially her hatred for pirates, are all things that come back beautifully in Arlong Park. With that being said, at the time I thought she was like really annoying. She comes off as kind of the like nerd emoji of the group, always being like, actually, maybe we shouldn't do that because, like, bro, shut up. She does actually have some really funny moments with Luffy here, though. However, there were a few things that I did like quite a bit about this arc. Like, there was this really sweet plot point involving a dog that I actually thought was, like, really wholesome and really sweet. Buggy the Clown was a really funny villain. Like, I actually, like, really enjoyed the fight with him. I think that his abilities and stuff were really fun. And I also kind of love the overall message of this arc. You know, how, like, real treasure isn't just gold or money, or I guess it's called berries because... I don't know, pirates. But real treasure is really the people and things that you really value in life, and that's actually pretty sweet. So overall, decent, but not amazing or anything. It was pretty slow.
Alone, surrounded by syrup.
Okay, here's the big deal about Syrup Village. Basically, it is way too long. I actually really like this arc. I think it has a lot of really great moments, it has a great villain, and I absolutely love Usopp. But it is way too long, especially the fight at the end of this arc drags on way too long, and there is no reason. Okay, anyway, now it's time for the part of the video where I rant about Usopp. Okay, Usopp is the best character in One Piece. Usopp fans unite here, guys. One Piece is a crazy show. It is absolutely off the wall, crazy action. There's like fishmen or whatever. Like, what? I mean, in the same arc, we are literally talking like Michael Jackson, like literally a like Michael Jackson character as one of the villains. It's actually insane. And Usopp is the best character because he is grounded. He is grounded in reality, and he feels like an actual person that could actually live in this world. Usopp, or at least at this point in the show, does not have any special abilities or really any stuff. He's not like super strong. He doesn't have amazing kicks like Sanji. He's not a swordsman. Like, Sanji is like a normal man, by the way. Like how can he do that? I guess just the power of not skipping leg day. He really is like the only real character in the group that I feel like feels like an actual like real living person that you would find in this world, and that's why I think he's the best character. He really helps ground the story. His nose, on the other hand, is not very grounded, and without spoiling too much, I will say that the villain in this arc, now a lot of people say, oh, Captain Guro, he's not important, he didn't do anything, like, who even cares, he's not relevant. I honestly completely disagree. I thought he was really intimidating. He has these, like, Freddy Krueger gloves that he has that have, like, knives on them, which I thought was actually really intimidating. And I don't know, I think he actually made for a really great villain. Definitely the best parts in this arc, though, like the stuff that actually makes it, like, stand out and not just be terrible, is Usopp's drama with Kaya. Like, I'm serious right now, some of the scenes that they have together in this arc are actually, like, legit pretty sad, and the drama is actually really well done. That's the only reason that I actually think that this arc is pretty good, despite it being, like, a million years long. Anyway, after talking about the good stuff, let's get into the bad stuff. This arc spends way too much time fleshing out characters, like for example Kaya, the Usopp pirate, stuff like that. And these are all characters that I assume that we'll probably never see ever again in One Piece, and they spend so much time on these characters for no reason. Now again, maybe the anime spends a little longer on them since, you know, they got filler, but overall, yeah, it's not great. I couldn't think of a meme to put here, so it's just my voice. Sorry. Alright, so following a little, you know, nice, fun filler episode, which apparently is actually not a filler episode, it's in the manga as well, that I actually thought was very nice and very well needed after, like, so many episodes of Syrup Village. Anyway, after the nice little break, we get to Baratie. Now, Baratie, I don't know, I hope I'm saying it right, don't at me. But Baratie is where One Piece truly starts to get good. But at first, I thought it was going to actually be bad. I thought it was basically going to be another Syrup Village, because it turns out that the whole arc takes place in one floating restaurant. after how long and drawn out Syrup Village was, I thought that a whole entire arc just on one floating restaurant was going to be insane and super boring. And unfortunately, the first few episodes of this arc just sort of put the nail in the coffin that this arc was going to be slow. And then somehow it turned all of that around and ended up having some of the most amazing character moments and really amazing episodes that this show had to offer. And that's why I do think that this is truly where One Piece actually gets, good. But yes, this arc immediately starts off with an incredibly tragic flashback episode. I won't go into that anymore for spoiler warning. And then after that, it does slow down a little too much with the first couple of episodes that the crew are actually on the Baratie diner, restaurant, whatever. Blah, I can't speak. It does slow down a lot, but I thought it was alright. I thought that Sanji's introduction was great, actually. Sanji is a really great character. He's basically Kurt Cobain if he was a chef. Again, I already said earlier he's the emo chef. And you would think that an emo chef would be annoying, but he's actually not that annoying. I actually found him to be a really cool character. He has some really funny moments. I think that the best part about Sanji is probably the sort of rough exterior. He tries to seem all tough and cool, and he basically tries to act like an edgy teenager. But after this arc is over, you start to realize that he actually is a really sweet guy, and actually is pretty wholesome. The one thing that I will say about Sanji that I do not like at all is that he is the most down bad character in all of fiction. Oh my god, anyone who has seen One Piece will know that Sanji is the biggest simp in the history of simps. And honestly, I think it's really annoying. Sure, one or two times, alright, it's kind of funny, but then after a while it's just bro. However, after a few episodes, Baratie truly does start to get good, and it gets really good. Basically, Baratie really has the first real, really powerful emotional moment, I feel like, in One Piece. Don't get me wrong, Syrup Village had some pretty dramatic moments that were really good, but oh my god, man, Baratie is on a whole different level. Now, I'm sure you all know the moment that I'm talking about. It's kind of iconic, but this truly is the first real iconic dramatic moment in One Piece, where Zoro, well, I guess I won't say too much to sort of, keep it spoiler free, but is an absolutely brutal scene with Zoro that ties back into his backstory in a really great way and really helps cement him as a great character. Again, a part of me really honestly feels like Baratie is just as much an arc about Zoro as it is about Sanji. I mean, sure, it introduces Sanji and all that, but I think that we can all agree the best moment in this arc is definitely with Zoro. I also kind of feel like this moment helps sort of strengthen Luffy and Zoro's bond, if that makes sense, and definitely gets you a lot more invested in Zoro overall. Sanji's backstory is also done really well, and is really crucial to sort of understanding his character. I really do love how in One Piece, really all the characters' backstories all tie in to what their ambitions are and what their role is on the crew. And I really like how that helps to add a lot of depth to the characters and help make their ambitions a lot more believable. It's really well done, actually. I guess really the only thing that I didn't like about this arc, besides it having a pretty slow start, is Don Krieg. He's not a great villain. I love his name. He has a great name, W name, but he's not a really great villain. I thought it was alright, but not great. They definitely could have done better. I also do really like the bond that Sanji ended up having with one of Krieg's crew members. I thought that was cool, but I forgot the guy's name, so. I also love how this arc goes on to foreshadow Arlong Park in a way that makes you realize that, oh man, we're gearing up for something. And of course, we are definitely gearing up for something because Arlong Park is incredible. But unfortunately, I'm not going to talk about Arlong Park because this video took literally forever to make, and I am too tired to do that. But I will obviously go over that in a later video because this is going to be a series. And yeah, so I guess overall ranking, 4th place is Orange Town. I liked the message. I liked a few of the moments a little bit, but it was really slow and very boring. Nothing really stood out about it. It was super forgettable. 3rd place is Romance Dawn. I liked it quite a bit. It was pretty cool. I think it does a pretty good job at introducing you to the world of One Piece. It's pretty good, but I didn't, love it or anything. Syrup Village in 2nd is a pretty controversial opinion, I know. I know it is too long, and that's why everybody sort of hates it a bit, and I get that, but I really like the emotional moments in it, so I think it should be 2nd place. And 1st is definitely Baratie, no doubt. It's not even a competition. Not only was it super entertaining, but it also had some really great emotional moments. It was great.